Hi everyone, my name is Ellie, and if this is your first time here, I make content about becoming your authentic self. I make content about a little bit about femininity, self-improvement for the most part, and just a little bit about me, the things that I love, and just a little bit of everything. Just I like to be very authentic on my page, so whatever is inspiring me, I'm going to make a video about it. So today I wanted to make a video about what made me start posting my content. And I wanted to make this video because I feel like so many people have this struggle where they want to get into the influencer, into the content creation space, but they just don't have the courage. There's so many things that they are dealing with that stops them from getting into this space. So I'll name a few that I was dealing with that prevented me from getting into the space. So the first one was I was battling with insecurities. And I'm not going to ramble because that's going to go into some of my points, but I'm just going to name some of them. So I was battling with insecurities with like how I look, how I spoke, just various things like that. I didn't think this was a realistic route to take. It just wasn't traditional to the normal go to school, build a career, have a profession type of thing. So I just didn't feel like it was sustainable. And then three, I didn't know what to talk about. Like I didn't know what to put myself, like what would be my niche. I just didn't know. Like, so it was just, those were the big ones that I just was struggling with so bad, and why it was stopping me from posting my content. So I'm going to go straight into my points, right? So what made me start posting my content was I got so tired of the desire being there and me not fulfilling it. And I got tired of like going into so many things, right? Starting businesses, getting a job, going back to school. I got so tired of doing all these things to mask what I really wanted to do because I put all these beliefs in my head that it wasn't attainable and my insecurities. I did all these things, and no matter if I succeeded in some or if I did not succeed, I will still find that I have this desire, this inner voice that's telling me to do content creation. And I for so long, years, I ignored it. I made so many excuses. And honestly, it wasn't until most recently I started my business up again. I used to be a lash tech, and during COVID, I stopped because I had my first baby, and then I tried to do so many things. I felt lost. Like I felt very lost. So I decided this year 2024, I'm going to start my business back up. But really why I was starting it back up was for money, because I just got tired of not having like anything for myself, So I started the business. I got into a suite, and the suite is a 12-month contract. Tell me how now. I got into that suite in like August. It is now January, and I have not done anything with that business or anything with that suite, and yet I'm still paying weekly for it. Now, this may seem so dumb to you, but I am a strong believer now, because I went through so many trial and error, that if it does not align with me, I would not be putting my energy into it. It's just a waste of time. So it really took for that to be like, you know what? This is the last time I'm going to get into something that I really don't want to do, in masking like what I actually wanted to do. It was like the last straw for me, especially now that I'm losing money. Like, oh my God, it was such a terrible way to learn a lesson, because I'm still tied into it. I'm just hoping and praying to God that he just makes way out of this situation, because it has put me in a bit of a hole, just to be transparent. So I don't want to continue rambling about this first point, but I just got tired of it facing me and I'm not facing it. So this just goes to say that if you have something that's been on your mind for a very long time and you have not fulfilled it, I'm just gonna let you know that no matter what else you do, you're gonna find yourself right back to that very thing that your heart is desiring. So you have to ask yourself, how much more time are you willing to waste? And we're just gonna leave that there. My second point, and just a little bit off the last one, once you put that in your mind that you're wasting time, and the more you run from it, the more it's going to face you. It's going to be like you're already 80% there. You're already 80% over the challenge, because this is really it's a challenge to put yourself out there. It's a struggle. It's not easy. So once you get tired of your own shit, once you get tired of your own shit, you're gonna more than likely like post your content, because you feel like you owe yourself. So all right, I'm really done with that first point. So my second point is I put it in my mind that nobody cares. This one helped my anxiety so much. My fear of being seen. This helped so much when I put it in my head that nobody cares, because truly no one cares. Think about when you scroll on TikTok, right? Even if you stumbled upon a video that you like a lot or you dislike a lot, it only takes about 2 more scrolls before you completely forget about that video that you just saw, that you really liked or you really disliked. And if you really liked it, you probably you comment, you supported their content. But it's not on your mind unless they inspired you. And if they inspired you, then you more than likely became a follower, which helped them too. It's not anything negative. That goes to say that if someone is staying around within your content, it's because they actually like it. If they do not like it, they're going to keep scrolling. They're not going to continue to give their attention to it. So this just goes to say that nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. And people do want to see you win, at least for strangers. They do want to see you win. And once you put it in your mind that no one cares, you're going to learn how to relax. You're going to stop overthinking your videos, and you are just going to allow yourself to be a work in progress, which is one of my points. But yes, you're going to allow yourself to be a work in progress. Nobody cares, guys. Just get it out your head. I mean, there's millions of people in this world. There's millions of people posting a video. Unless you're talking about something like political or like just like world news, like something to where the mass knows about or they've been tapped into, then like I said, no one cares. Like, just post your content and you will soon see that you will be attracting your community to you, the people that actually resonate and like your content. All right, my next one is I took everyone off the pedestal. And this kind of goes to my last point, that no one cares. When you realize that no one cares, you begin to take everyone off the pedestal. I mean, all the people that you are so inspired by, all the people that intimidate you, the people that make you feel like you're not good enough to do it. When you take all those things off the pedestal, the good and the bad, you leave room, you make space for your creativity. You make a safe space for you to thrive, and you also stop comparing yourself. Like, when you are putting somebody this like above you because of their looks, because of their status, because of their lifestyle, you're gonna have a hard time taking them off that pedestal because you feel like the things that they have or how they look is not attainable for you. And I just want to tell you that comparison is the quickest way to zap all your creativity, to zap all your joy, to zap all your progress, because you're never going to be able to really compare to someone else. You have to keep the comparison within yourself. Compare yourself to your last video. Compare yourself to your first video. That is really all you need to think about, is that you're in a lane by yourself and you are just trying to make sure that you're going faster or you're improving more than yesterday. That is it. That is it. So just take people off the pedestal. So what if you think they're prettier than you? Okay, well, there's plenty of people in this world that are freaking beautiful, and yet we find another woman that's more beautiful than her. So that is so superficial to just, be stopping yourself from doing something just because you feel like you're not pretty enough. You need to go within yourself and take the time to really get to know yourself and work through these things so you can stop comparing. And now that I mention this, I will make this like a very important takeaway from this video. It took me years to get to this place where I am confident enough to get on camera despite what I think about myself, despite all my flaws, despite anything that's going on my head, to get on camera and be able to film a video, even if I don't feel like it's perfect, the fact that I'm even doing it is so much progress. Like, I was so hard on myself. So if you feel like you're not fully ready because there's things that you have to work on, like your confidence and stuff like that, take that time and work on those things. Just because I am telling you to just post your content and I'm telling you what got me finally to put myself out there does not mean that you are going to be ready tomorrow. This is just like a testimony of where I came from, which was like so insecure. It was just so bad. It got even to the point where I was only okay with taking pictures and I did not want to do anything on camera. Like, it was insane. So this stuff takes time, so do not beat yourself up at all if you feel like you're not ready. Just look at yourself, acknowledge the areas where you need to improve, and really start to work on those things if you're serious about this. Like, I did a lot of shadow work. I did a lot of just inner work, working on my confidence. I isolated for a while. I was comparing myself so much. I had to get off of social media for like a good year and just kind of live off the grid and just focus on my day-to-day life, to really go within and really work on some of the internal things that I was going through. And I got off of social media because it was a distraction for me, and I was using it as a way to cope through some of my problems, and I no longer wanted to do that. I really wanted to sit in my problems and face them. So if this is you, like I said, do not feel pressure to go ahead and post your content. I will tell you that putting yourself out there and you keep showing up and keep doing it, it makes it a lot more easier. But I will tell you also, if you have not worked on yourself, you probably should prioritize that first and do that first, and set time aside to really get to know yourself, so that way what you want to deliver to people. So you in order to be of value to others, you have to know that you have value, and that starts with working within. And I just wanted to throw that out there because sometimes we tend to share where we got to, like where we are, but we don't really share the background of how long it took. So it took me some time. This took me a lot of time, like, to work on myself, to finally get to a place where I am on camera. So just putting that out there. All right, so my last point is, I accepted my progress rather than perfection. So because I was battling with so many insecurities, I was so like focused on performing, and I was performing because I wanted it to be perfect, versus now I can stutter a little bit in my videos and I'll be okay. Like I'll be like, look, I'm human. I'm just now learning the whole content creation. I'm just now learning how to articulate my thoughts and let it flow to my audience properly without being all over the place. I'm just now learning those things. So once I started to accept that I am a work in progress, and I am not just going to deliver my best piece of work on my first try, you're gonna begin to loosen up a lot of those inner thoughts that come to you that make you feel like your work isn't good enough, so when I started doing this, it was just it just felt so freeing. It's very freeing when you just, and it becomes more fun. Like it becomes so fun when you put your attention on your progress rather than perfection, because like you get to, like, I don't know, like I look back on my first video and I laugh a little bit, like, oh my god, but then I look back on my fifth video, I'm like, oh my god, I got a lot better. Like, and it does something to my confidence. It makes me keep going because I'm not worried about it being perfect. If I was stuck on it being perfect, I'll be stuck on my first video, still retaking it, refilming it, redoing it, because it's not perfect. Nothing's gonna be perfect. How you make it perfect, how you master something, is by doing it over and over and over and over and over again. So learn to accept your progress, and let go of perfection. It does not exist. You become perfect, you become better at things the more you do them, and that is what you call progress. You just keep on going until you can do it in your sleep. And that's my goal. That's my goal. It's just continue doing this until I'm able to do it in my sleep. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So yeah, this is really all my pointers, like, of what helped me, what got me to finally post my content. And God works in mysterious ways. God works in, he is just so funny. Like God, he does things, like, it's so crazy, because I feel like part of him allowing me to get that studio, because I prayed on it. I was like, please don't let me get the studio if it's gonna hurt me. He allowed me to get that studio, and get into that and lock myself into it. And like, mind you, I'm still locked into it. I haven't seen God move in my favor yet regarding this contract I put myself into, but I just have faith. I have this inner faith about it. And if it doesn't, I'm wrong. Okay, that's fine. I'll pay the consequences. But the fact that was my last straw to, like, get me to do this, I'll take it. Like, I have unlocked so many little things in me so far on this little bit of time that I've started doing this. Like, I mean, like, it's just like my confidence is growing. I've always struggled with my speech a little bit. My speech is getting, like, better. I'm finding ways to improve my speech. Like, I feel like this is like a skill. Like, I don't know, I'm learning skills that can later benefit me somewhere else. Like, I'm just so happy that I'm finally facing my fears, and I'm finally putting myself out there and working on myself to bring others value that may help them. And that's really what it's all about for me. That's really what it's all about for me. So that's it. That's my video. If this helps, if this resonated with you, if this, encouraged you in any way, let me know. Give me some feedback. Leave a comment below. Like the video. If you want to see more content from me, subscribe. And if you don't, well, thank you for watching. Bye.